All right, we are live now.
All right. So this is a special edition of Indie Chat with Jesse and Jeryn. We are going to be doing a contest here tonight. I sent out a lot of messages today to people on Facebook who have been watching our videos. So, but I kind of like the idea of where you want to put everyone in a names in the hat. I think that's the only fair way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah.
so a little bit of news from the AWF. Apparently, Petey Brown had a match with Stonehenge this past weekend, and whoever the guy was that hangs out with Petey Brown turned on him and tried to get the Stonehenge's bounty, but Stonehenge ended up beating that guy up as well. So good old Stonehenge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I saw Petey go through a table from Stone Edge too. I'm like, oh no. I wasn't sure if that was the end of the match, but I saw small clips of it.
Yeah, I think that was the match where Petey threw something and it hit Stonehenge in the not so nice area.
Mm-hmm.
Petey says he was trying to show Tommy Kramer how to really throw a football.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Huh.
and I did actually hear back from Sterling Bond, and he put
Oh
on
yeah.
a challenge to both the system and to Crixus to appear on our show. So
Okay.
he would like to do that. So I told him I would talk with Drew and Bradley and see if we can get something going. So,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I believe. He sent me a message too, and he said, I think he was like, yeah, or he said, all right, and then he said, yeah, let's get something cooking. So think he
that's what he
really.
said to me too. He's like, we can get something cooking. And I'm like, all right. Yep, Bullet
Mm.
Bronson's here. Hey, Bullet, what's going on?
Oh yeah, Bullet Bronson.
Now, is Bullet a wrestler or is he just a fan?
He is. This is his first year of being a professional wrestler. I know he's for sure had one show, and that was in what was it again? September or October. It was for Below Zero Wrestling. He was in the battle royal for the shoot. What was the battle royal for the face Rock Solid Ross in the main event? So yeah, but I believe he did unfortunately get eliminated. But he's had a match or two under his belt, and it's his first year of being a professional wrestler. So
Well, we'll
yeah.
definitely have to get him on the show at some point to hear
Mm.
about him a little bit. So,
Yeah.
so on your end, has there been? Oh, and another thing, Jeff Hardy was apparently up in your area last night performing at a bar or something like that.
Yeah, well, not entirely in my area. I believe it was a few hours away, but it was in Fridley, Minnesota. I heard a couple of my Facebook friends were there, and he was doing the autograph signings and pictures and everything, and then did his whole concert because he's a singer songwriter. So
Yep,
yeah.
I knew that he was in the music pretty good. He's pretty good at it, from what I understand. Um, yes, Bullet, we will get you on the show. Um, don't know when, but because right now the rest of this month is kind of half full, half not. Um, April, we're going to try something different, try to get some females on the show, but we'll get you
Mm-hmm.
on Bullet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then because Jason Yerk went to that concert and had some pictures and stuff and met Jeff. So
Yeah. Yeah, I was so jealous because he was supposed to be here in I believe it was January 15th, but then weather had to ruin that. So I'm
oh
just jealous
yeah,
of all these guys going to see him. So
yeah.
hmm
I've only seen Jeff Hardy once down here in Rochester, and that was when he was still with WWE. But I've been hearing rumors that he wants to go to AEW now.
hmm
So
yeah,
we'll have to see.
there was one video that leaked out. I believe it was from one of his concert meet and greets. The fan recorded him saying Jeff Hardy he said I can't wait to go down to AEW, and I'm assuming either that could have been like just to hype up the fan and just like get publicity around, but like also he did do he was filming too, so that kind of blew up, and that might have ruined Jeff Hardy's like surprise appearance for AEW. Even
Yeah,
like,
because
people are gonna go. Yeah,
well,
yeah.
kind of funny thing that I heard today was they were saying that Cody Rhodes in the WWE, that was kind of a work. Now
Mhm.
that Tony Khan has bought Ring of Honor, there a lot
Right.
of people are saying that Cody's gonna show up there and head that up.
Mhm. Yeah, the GM of ROH or something.
Yeah, yeah,
Which, yeah, I don't. That would be pretty interesting to see if he does or not. But I think it is a good possibility because I mean, I don't know if Tony Khan can really run it by himself. So yeah.
I don't think he could. We'll have to see once again. But on your end for indie shows, is there anything gonna be up in your area or?
Yeah, before I get to that too, there was a time bomb wrestling event last I believe it was like last Thursday on February 24th. There was Time Bomb Pro Wrestling here to stay. There was I believe six matches. One of the matches was Eric Cannon versus Arya Davari, former WWE and current AEW superstars. So
Yeah,
that was very, very cool to see that. That was my second time, or no, third time seeing Davari now. So yeah, it was very cool to
yeah.
see that. Got a picture with him and everything. So
Yeah,
yeah.
it seems like the Bari is. I mean, when he is not in the ring and when he's away from that, it seems like he's pretty well liked with the people.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I actually got to meet him at down at the fairgrounds in Rochester when they did an old AWA show when AWA went independent. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this before he even got noticed by WWE and everything else when he was still in the Minnesota mainstay. So,
Right. Yeah. Yeah, he's been doing a lot of Minnesota shows, but pretty much a lot of shows across the country. Just trying to get his name out again and wrestle as many places as he can. So
oh,
yeah.
I think he'll get signed again. If not sooner, it's going to be later. But I think
Mm-hmm.
Minnesota enjoys having him back. Um,
Yeah. But yeah, for upcoming shows, there's a Below Zero Wrestling on March 13th at the Wapaton Event Center. There's going to be the System, DeLorean Diggs. Who else is on the show again? You gotta check. Uh, oh yeah, Bobby Brennan, Jake Taylor, and yeah, blanking out on names now, but yeah, definitely a lot of North Dakota talents and Minnesota talents now. So
yeah,
yeah.
it seems
Mhm.
like the North Dakota talent and the Minnesota talent are kind of trying to form some kind of group. I don't know what that's all about, but we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. Bullet
Yeah.
says he would definitely love to come on sometime.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we have a guest for next Friday night. Not to my
We do.
acknowledgement, anyways. I don't think we booked anybody. Bullet, if you're available for next Friday, we would love to have you on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
So
I
yeah,
think that's a good possibility to have him on. So
yeah.
yeah.
Being that this is his first year in wrestling, it'd be kind of nice to hear from somebody who just getting started out. And then I want to try to eventually get Carrie Nelson and Jason Urich on the show too to talk about what they do. Um, Me
Mm-hmm.
and Derek Dukes are kind of playing tag with each other. Um, I just don't. I mean, he wants to do the interview. It's just when can he do it?
Yeah,
Uh,
it's timing. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
he's usually available when I got school and class and stuff. I'm like, I want to do the interview. I just hopefully sometime on Fridays or that we can try to figure out a Friday or Wednesday or something. So, but I mean, we'll just have to see about him then.
yeah, Bullet Bronson just said unfortunately he can't. His sister passed away. Bullet, we're sorry to hear about that. Get a hold
Yeah.
of us when you get back, and we'll make it happen.
hmm Yeah, I did. I remember hearing about that, I believe a week ago now. So, our
Yeah.
condolences from the Indie Talk show to your family and yourself, Bullet Bronson.
Yes, Bullet. Please take all the time that you need. We will definitely get you on the show. Um,
Yeah.
so anyway, back to I think we've had a lot of people that have pretty much heard when I put out we're doing a contest today that they were pretty excited. I just talked with Brad from Nerding Out today to see if he'd be willing to donate something, and he was kind of iffy with it. And I just told him if you can, you can. If you can't, you can't. I know Aaron Corbin said he'll throw in an 8x10. Cody's
Mhm.
gonna try to find the 8x10. I think
Mhm.
Jay Saltis was gonna throw one in. Um,
Okay.
I mean, if we can get like enough to make a bundle pack and like at the end of night two of WrestleMania, maybe do a drawing after
Oh.
that, and maybe do a recap show for the
Mhm.
people that didn't get to see it.
Yeah. 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 That would be cool to do. And I also have a lot of. Wait, I still have four Travis Sharp signed 8x10s that we got to give
Yeah,
out to. So.
I think we'll save one of them for the bundles. We'll do a giveaway of 3 tonight.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, that's a good idea.
yeah.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, if you want to go ahead and talk about your action figure stuff, and go ahead, and floor is yours.
Okay. Yeah, I could do that quick. Yeah, so I've been, I don't know, sales and figures haven't, it's been a while since I've sold anything, so just want to go on here and use the platform of trying to get the word out more about the wrestling figures that I currently am trying to sell, and then possible orders that you could do in the future. So we could go over right now. I currently, where are they now? I have two of the same guy right here. We have Wisconsin pro wrestler Jack Spade. We got two figures right here. One in his gray and red gear, and then black and blue gear right here. Did these? I did the black one about during December, and then this red one around like October November time. And yeah, I gotta how should I? I'm gonna flip my screen on Instagram so they can see. Yeah, got these right here that I'm trying to sell. Pro wrestler Jack Spade. He's definitely a veteran of the wrestling world. So if you're interested in that, those are, well, actually, I'll go over first. The ones that I'm currently showing are going to be $45. So right here we got current NWA and current or former Steel Domain Wrestling wrestler Jay Bradley. This is his current NWA gear, but we got him right here, black and yellow gear with the fur boots. And what else we got? And then in terms of WWE customs, these are some old customs that I've been trying to sell for a while, but
Yeah.
you got a custom 2015 house show Cesaro and a custom fix up Ric Flair from late early 90s of WWE during his debut. So yeah. And then what else? We got current AEW superstar, but this is from his WWE run. Pac or Adrian Neville or Neville got his 2015 year. Yeah, I believe this was originally a basic, but I converted it to a custom elite figure. So yeah. And then right here we got Seth Rollins Thanos gear from a SummerSlam from a few years ago. I believe they've made an elite now, but I made this a few months before that. So custom Thanos Seth Rollins. And then I'm gonna get some more over here. Here's another former Steel Domain Wrestling announcer Matt Berdahl, aka Purple Shirt, which I really hope he comes back to doing his announcing gig because I mean I like Travis Sharp, but I mean I grew up on Purple Shirt in 2017, so yeah. And then some more WWE customs. 2 in-ring GM attires of Kurt Angle. This is from 2017, and this is from 2002 or 4, I believe. I think it's 2002. And yeah, 2 Kurt Angles in his GM attire. And then, yeah, I got a few more, but the ones I just showed are currently $45. So if you're interested in that, I've always got Instagram DMs open. And okay, someone in the comments says, "Are they sale or on eBay?" They're not on eBay, but they are for sale for currently $45. I just DM me on the underscore phenomenal underscore figures Instagram page or my Jeryn Peel Wrestling Facebook account. And got some more. This one is a Rampage Santana, and this is $75. So we got Rampage Santana, and his I think he's only had like 2 years, but his black and blue gear. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And then we got I forgot to add this with the Neville, but a custom red Neville jacket / cape. And then this isn't considered a custom, but I'm just trying to sell it anyway. This is $10. This is just a basic Roman Reigns from 2016. His red vest gear. And then one last thing, not custom related, but I am selling some, just a bag of wrestling accessories. So all WWE's Mattel / AEW Unrivaled Wrestling accessories, mostly shirts, couple earbuds, and glasses, and then New Day unicorn headband. So if you're interested in that, it's on those 2 social media platforms. The ones I showed before are $45, and then this Roman is $10. This Rampage is $75. So yeah, and for orders, I'm currently not doing too many orders because I just want to use up the parts that I have. But I mean, you can always message me, and I can always get back to you on whether I could do it now or do it later. I mean, and currently, I have a lot of Miz elites, Chris Jericho elites, and Cesaro elites. So if your custom figure is about those wrestler sizes, I could probably make them, but if they're bigger jack dudes, I might have to wait a little bit. So that is my spiel on the phenomenal figures side of my personality. So yeah.
Yeah. So, and on that note, if anybody cannot get a hold of Jeryn, you can also DM me on Facebook and I'll pass the message on to Jeryn. Or if you see me at a MAW show, you can ask me about it and I can get in touch with Jeryn as well. Jeryn does a lot of does all the work on these figures himself, and he does have a web page as well, correct, Jeryn?
Yeah. Well, web page, social media page. Yeah, the Facebook and Instagram, and I do use TikTok too. Phenomenal. What was it? Phenomenal underscore figures 55. So yeah.
All right. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead here and talk about the eFed that I run. It's nothing really too spectacular. It's just we do it for fun. If anybody is wanting to try to get involved in the eFed world, I urge them to contact me on Facebook and I'll give you all the information. The eFed is called World Extreme Championship Wrestling, and Jeryn's a member of that group as well. Right now, I think we got a total of 190 people that are in it. I haven't been doing no cards or any shows for that for about a few months now since we started the podcast here. But I have a wonderful team that kind of gets that going for me. So, and they all know I do the podcast on Wednesdays, and they all know that I'm pretty much gonna start being busy on Friday nights when we move to Fridays. Yes, people, we will be moving to Fridays. I think we said after. I think we're moving to Fridays in June. I believe that's what the schedule is for. Bullet said he can do the show for next Friday night, but he has to wear a hoodie with a bandana. That's fine, Bullet. Just get in contact with me or Jeryn, and we'll come up with a time that you can join us in. No.
Yeah.
So I haven't really heard any more on the Horace the Psychopath front if he's done with MAW. I don't know what's going to happen there. I know Aaron Corbin has a show coming up, I think March 28th, and that's a 1 o'clock show. And I know he wanted to come back on the show like a couple of days before his show.
Yeah.
All right, Bullet, take care. Bullet's heading off.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, for the Aaron Corbin show, it's called the Trinity Rumble 2020 or 22. No, okay. Trinity Rumble 22. It's on March 26th at 1 p. Or doors open 1 p.m. Bell time 2 p.m. and it's at the Trinity Lutheran Church in Faribault, Minnesota.
Yeah.
And we got well, obviously Aaron Corbin himself, Darren Corbin, Eric Cannon, and Chadwick Bozeman the third. So yeah, or no, not Bose, Chadwick Wentworth the third. So yeah, sorry, I don't know why. Yeah,
That,
too many
that
wrestlers.
that goes hand in hand. I think when I'm calling Rampage Santana, Rampage Jackson.
Rampage Jets.
I don't think you're gonna forgive me for that one. But
Yeah.
yeah, speaking of Faribault, May 13th, there's gonna be a show. They're coming back at the Faribault Legion.
Or May 14th. Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
And that's gonna be a 6 o'clock show time. Well, not 6 o'clock show time, but doors open at 6. They're gonna have Cowboy Bob Orton Sr. and the Goon. Ken Anderson is gonna be in action that night, as well as Rachel Ellering will be in action. So that's gonna be a packed show.
Yeah.
And then next weekend, Tony just sent me something today about next weekend. They have a show coming up. AWF.
Yeah, where is it again? Yeah, March 12th. Yeah, I believe next weekend. It's in Dropkicks Dragons. That's what they're calling the event, and it's doors 6 p.m. Bell time 7 p.m. It's at the Pine City High School, and the proceeds go to the Pine City High School athletic department.
Yep. So everybody get your tickets for that. Tony puts on a pretty good show. You really can't say enough about Tony. I don't know if you've ever met Tony in person yet, Jeryn, but he's straight laced. I mean, he'll tell you. I mean, he's not like some of them promoters that are gonna tell you what you want to hear. He's honest, and he just wants to make sure his audience is having a good time.
Right. Yeah. I haven't met him in person yet, but he's definitely a good guy though.
Yeah, I mean, I just think of a lot of people just who have worked for him in the past. They have their own opinions about him. The system, like I said, I don't know what the deal between him and Tony is. If there's any friction, or if there's not any friction. If it was just a handshake deal where they both said, "There's not more we can do with you." That'd probably be a question to ask the system at some time when he's comfortable with talking about it.
Yeah, he talked a little bit about it before, but just hopefully they maybe figure out something in the future. So yeah.
Well, yeah, it'd be kind of nice to get them both on the show together and maybe talk about what happened a little bit, because to my knowledge, when the system started in wrestling, he was signed right to AWF, and he was there probably for about a good year, maybe 2 years. And he was a former general manager, just in case if he pops on tonight.
He was a general manager of the AWF before, so.
Yep. But yeah, I think you beat Petey Brown for that.
Yeah.
And I tried asking Petey if he wanted to come back on, but he didn't. He never gave a response. So I don't know. Maybe that one time was enough for him. But I think we can get him back on again.
Yeah, Yeah, and even if now, I mean, there's so many wrestlers in the Midwest that we could interview, and so many legends that are open to stuff too. So.
Well, yeah, Eddie Sharkey. I mean, I think it'd be fun to bring Eddie Sharkey and Charlie Norris on together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I even thought about maybe contacting Jerry Lynn through Twitter to see if he would have any time to do it, but he's a backstage personnel in AEW, so they might not even let him do it.
Right. Yeah, he's definitely a busy guy. So. Yeah.
Yep. And Dante Martin will be another one to try to get on the show if he has time for it.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And I messaged her a few times about it, or not about the show, but I just messaged Rick at the Haka about some stuff, but she hasn't got back to me or anything. But if anybody out there knows Rick at the Haka, she was at the last MEW show, I believe. I believe it would be pretty cool to have her on the show, and definitely a rising upcoming star. So yeah.
I wonder if she's going to be on the Firebolt show because I could probably talk to her about it too. I know I want to try to talk to Rachel Ellering about it and see if she's open to doing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I believe. Yeah, women's wrestling is important, but I just haven't kept up too much with it. But we definitely should have some more women wrestlers or have women wrestlers on here, and even like Evo Sierra, she's been tearing up the women's divisions. So definitely
I was just checking some information on her, I think last week, and it seems like giving her, you give her time, she's going to be a champion before anyone knows it.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And Miranda Gordy's another one. I think she's the daughter of Terry Gordy, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's one of the Gordys. I believe it's Terry Gordy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Terry Gordy. So, yeah.
Yeah. And for whoever is watching this, if you don't know who Terry Gordy is, he was one of the members of the Fabulous Freebirds with Michael Hayes and Buddy Jack Roberts. And later on, Jimmy Jam Garvin also joined them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Miranda, as a second generation wrestler, will do pretty good. I haven't gotten to see her yet, so I couldn't say.
Yeah, I've seen her a few times now. I believe she's currently the Steel Domain Wrestling Champion. So, yeah, or Steel Domain Wrestling Women's Champion. So,
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, she's been doing pretty good though. So, yeah.
Yeah, it'll probably. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see the NWA come knocking on her door to get her to show up there.
Yeah, yeah. I think that would be a cool idea because she's already been on AEW Dark, I think once or twice now. So it's definitely getting her name out. So, yeah.
Yeah, and that's the same way with Rachel Ellering too. She started out in like doing the Mae Young Classics. They had her do a few matches for NXT. And then I think she went to Impact for a short time, and then they ended up releasing her for some reason. I think she did some All Elite stuff too.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know too much about Ellering. I just know that she's definitely a prominent name out there. So, Yeah.
Well, Rachel's backstory is kind of interesting. Her dad is Paul Ellering, from Legion of Doom fame. She's a former Olympian. She's a power lifter. You can check out her videos on YouTube. I mean, she's really powerful. She was in a tag team with Jordan Grayson Impact, and I think they were former tag team champions too.
Yeah, I saw looking at some pictures. Yeah, they were tag team champions in Impact. So yeah, WWE and AEW and some yeah.
And she was trained by Lance Storm, so you can't go wrong there.
Right. Yeah. Lance Storm, legendary technical wrestler. So yep.
Yeah.
ECW, WWE. Yeah.
Yeah. He's been at every company. And I think before his career ended, I think he was just pretty well happy with what he was doing. So.
Yeah. And also, who else? Trying to think of some wrestlers because there definitely is a lot of wrestlers to talk about in the Minnesota or Midwest area. There's, oh yeah, the revolutionary Bill Williams. A couple of shows ago, he became the AWF champion, and he's defended it a few times now and doing pretty good. And veteran in I believe the wrestling world, so or veteran in the wrestling world. So yeah.
Yeah, he definitely is. Any company would be happy or would be lucky to have somebody like Bill. I think he's doing everything right, and we'll just have to watch him for the next few years and see what happens.
Yeah. And then where's some other There's Paul Vert. He's a former MAW Innovation Champion. He's definitely been an awesome wrestler. Definitely a great character, and I hope in MAW they continue. I hope they do a feud with Paul Vert and his former members of the.
What was that group's name? They ended up turning on him at the Male Civic Center when they were for nerding out.
Oh yeah, I believe it's called the Movement. So.
Yep, that's what was the Movement. So he was the leader at one point, and then whoever the small Japanese guy is, they ended up turning on him.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see. Paul Burke is another one that we'll have to try to contact and see if he'll be able to come onto the show.
Yeah. And there's so many MAW guys that we could talk to, and so many just awesome veterans in that company, and they're always bringing in a lot of new talent too. So yeah.
Well, yeah, MAW I think is gonna be one of them that are gonna pop up in different towns, and they're gonna have legends. They're gonna have current superstars from AEW and Impact on their shows, which is kind of nice to see.
Yeah.
For people that really can't afford to buy a WWE ticket or an AEW ticket, that's probably about the only way to go is buy a $6-7 ticket and you get to see them.
Yeah.
I know MAW charges like $15 for their tickets, and that's still pretty good.
Yeah, like 15, 20 is usually the range, sometimes 10 or something. So
yeah. Depends on what their specials are. I know if you go on maw.com, they have like specials going on for their tickets too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. And it's crazy how many sponsors they got too now. Yeah.
Yeah,
That-
I mean it's really. I mean, when I went and seen it in October, I wasn't really impressed, and then when I went to the Fairboat show, then I was like, I could probably get used to this. And I didn't know that Dave, when you go through the door there, that he's the one that sells the tickets to you when you go through the door.
Mhm.
So I did meet him in passing. I didn't have a conversation with him or anything. It was just meet and pass. No.
Yeah, yeah. We have one show, or yeah, November at the. It was November in St. Paul, some venue. We had previously talked before it, but it was just cool that I walked in the door and he saw me. He was like, "You're good to go." I'm like, "Oh, thanks." It's just cool. Like,
Yeah.
how he's like, mm-hmm. Yeah. And I know David's definitely said that he wants to be on the show sometime eventually, so he's got to
Yeah,
get time.
he's definitely one that when I go in May again, um, I'll talk to him. I'll talk to him and see, just because I've emailed him a few times, and yeah, I definitely would love to have him on the show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um,
I believe, yeah, speaking of MAW, they just released some information a few hours ago that, where is it? Former WWE, WCW legend Lex Luger is going to be at MAW Lift Bridge Border Battle on June 11th. So definitely, if you guys are in the area or want to go down there, it's in New Richmond. So I'm assuming he's going to do like some autograph signing or some in-ring segment or something. So yeah.
yeah, so that to my understanding, I think Lex has been confined to a wheelchair now. I think that's the only way he can
Oh,
get around now.
oh, he's okay. Then he'll probably just do the signings or something. So yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh, Brandon Herrera says, "What's up? So, what's going on, Brandon?"
Hey, Brandon, what's going on? We know what you're here for. You're here for the contest.
Mm. Yeah.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
going to go ahead and give Brandon a cheap plug too. Brandon
Mm.
has his own uh, podcast as well. So, Brandon, we're giving you a shout out on the show. Thanks for watching us, and hopefully you'll tell people about our shows as well.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah. He runs the Coast to Coast Entertainment Show. He talks about pretty much everything: wrestling, sports, pretty much the news, I believe, and gaming. So he does a lot of
yeah,
everything. Yeah.
yeah, that sounds pretty cool that he does that. I know he had I think it was the vice president of the St. Paul Saints on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Brandon, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to make that show, but May 13th in Faribault, Minnesota, I'm going to be there. Once again, Bob Orton will be there. The Goon, Ken Anderson in action, and Rachel Ellering will be in action. I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
the system will be there or not.
Yeah. Possibly, but yeah. Yeah. Coast to Coast Entertainment Network. Yeah.
So anybody that is watching this or gonna watch later on, check out Coast to Coast Entertainment Network. Look
Mm-hmm.
Brandon up on Facebook.
Yeah.
So about 15 minutes, we'll do the contest here. I'm gonna grab something here. Just give me 1 minute, guys. I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, I want to talk about some stuff while you're gone, but where's that information again? Yeah, so a few days ago, I did a pre-recording to a podcast show that'll come out. I'm not sure exactly when, but did a podcast show with Python's Paradise with Greg Gilbert. He does interview. He interviews a lot of or some wrestlers, actors, pretty much any people that have a nice word around them. So I was on there a few days ago with Greg Gilbert, Python's Paradise. He does a podcast. He's actually in Canada, so that was kind of cool. That my word of or my business of the phenomenal figures has gone to Canada and other countries now. So it's kind of he did. Hold on. He was recommended from another person I was on a show with, Attitude Era Live, but it's just cool that someone from Canada wants to interview me. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll be on a show. So yeah.
Well, there you go. Now you're starting to make a name for yourself, which
Yeah.
is kind of nice because I mean, everybody wants to be recognized for something that they do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What was it? Brandon Herrera says his son loved the Petey Brown figure. We did a giveaway of that figure I believe it was a few months ago or a month ago
Yep.
now. So, yeah, I'm glad he's enjoying the figure. It was the first ever Petey Brown custom figure. So, and 1 out of 2. So, yep.
So he says Jeryn's going big time on us. Well, we're
Yeah.
not getting. Jeryn's not going to go anywhere anytime soon, and
Yeah.
I really think that the podcast is starting to take off.
Mhm.
MAW seems to notice what we're doing. I'm talking with Tony DiNucci. He doesn't really say too much about it, but I'm kind of hoping that Petey Brown is getting the word out there for us too.
Yeah. Someone in the comments sections on Instagram says, or his Instagram handle is Focus Up Fakes. He says, "What's the topic here?" And basically, we're talking about Midwest professional wrestling, Minnesota, North Dakota, podcasts, wrestling figures, and a lot of everything. So anything pretty much wrestling related. Yeah, WWE, AEW, Impact, all that. So.
Yeah, we're pretty much an open podcast show. We normally try to keep it with the Minnesota independent scene, but sometimes we like to talk about the happenings going on in WWE and everything else. So before we go any further here, I'm just going to go ahead and do a cheap plug for the Academy. They open back up March 1st. They are in conjunction with the MAW. If you want more details, you can call 507-722-2766. And I think you're either going to talk with Ken Anderson, Sean Davari, or Ken's wife.
Or text them too, because I believe at the show they're like, who calls anymore? Yeah.
Oh yeah. And well, when I talked with Ken, he was just like, yeah, just go ahead, text that number. Either I'll contact you or she'll contact you. No luck yet.
Yeah.
I just may call the number and say, hey, I want to talk to you. But
Does he have
I'm
a
still
great voicemail?
Yeah, it's gonna be 3 years before we get him on the show, and he's gonna be a grandpa or he's gonna be old. You don't
Yeah,
want an old Mr. Anderson on the show then.
yeah.
Just kidding, people.
We ask them, "How's the Academy?" I haven't run that show in about 30 years.
Okay, Grandpa.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Brandon says, good luck to Gophers and Gable Stevenson in their Big Ten tournament. Brandon, I'm sure the Gophers appreciate it.
Yeah. Shout out
I'm
to the
sure
Gophers.
Gable Stevenson too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, but oh yeah, you
another
can go.
thing we might want to touch base on is next week WWE 2K22 comes out.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
big WWE gamers out there. That game's coming soon. So yeah.
Yeah.
I've been seeing some
Is
videos and
there
graphics about it. What does he say?
is there a web for the wrestling school? I'm not on the flyer, Brandon. There's just the phone number, but if we do some digging, we could probably get some information for you. But
I know he's got a
Brand,
Facebook page, so
yeah,
that's all he
Ken
has.
says he's pretty bad at checking his Facebook.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, don't go to the Facebook.
Yeah, don't go to Facebook. Call that number once again, 507-722-2766. Somebody will talk to you.
Somebody, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I just want to add in here. I want to run down some more wrestling shows in Minnesota and North Dakota because I've been keeping up, making a list on Facebook. I have a whole post about just updating events, but there's some coming up soon. In Bloomington, a couple Bloomington shows. There's well, not technically a wrestling show, but there's Mick Foley's going to be at the House of Comedy on 408 East Broadway, Bloomington, Minnesota. I believe he's doing like a comedy talk show. So that's on March 8th, which is like, what is that, like 3 days or something. So if you're in Bloomington, you want to go to that. I believe tickets are still up. So yeah. And then DPW, Duluth Pro Wrestling, has a show on Sunday, March 27th. It's in, Duluth, Minnesota. Where is it? 2920 W Michigan, St. Duluth, Minnesota. Doors open 5 p.m. Bell time 6 p.m. And where's some other ones? Ironheart Pro Wrestling is having an event, Luck of the Irish in Rosemont, Minnesota on March 18th. That's, bell time, doors 6 p.m., bell time 7 p.m. And I will be at that show, so that'd be pretty cool to see. What else is there? And for North Dakota, there's a Puff Mania Wrestling Association. It's called PWA Valley City. It's in where is it again? It's in at the Valley City Eagles Club. Doors 6 p.m. Bell 7 p.m. And what else? We talked about AWF, Aaron Corbin. MAW is coming to the Wadena County Fair on June 25th. It's a free event, all ages show, doors 2 p.m., bell 3 p.m. Talk about MAW on May 14th. Wilmer Mania 3 on April 9th. It's at the Wilmer Auditorium in Wilmer, Minnesota. It's a free event. There's a lot of guys on there. Former WWE superstar Hornswoggle will be there. Yeah, that'll be pretty cool.
Is that an MAW event or no?
Yeah, that's an MAW event.
Okay.
Yeah. And another MAW event is actually tomorrow night, March 5th. It's MAW live for at the Lithbridge Brewing Company, and doors are 6 p.m. Bell time 7 p.m. Talked about Below Zero, and then what is this company? There is a Oh yeah, so another Bloomington event. I feel like this company isn't really talked about a whole lot, but Rudo's Promotions. It's a lucha libre wrestling event on March 13th. It's at the where is it? Knights of the Columbus Bloomington Event Center. So definitely, if you guys are in Bloomington, that's definitely going to be a good show as well as the other Bloomington shows. So. And then this got announced a few hours ago. Fargo, North Dakota, coming to Fargo, North Dakota for Time Bomb Pro Wrestling. Former ECW and WWE legend Sandman will be there, and I will definitely be at that show. So,
the Sandman, yep.
Yeah, Sandman will be there. And yeah, that's the whole rundown of Minnesota and North Dakota shows that I currently know about. So if you guys are interested in those, you should definitely go to those.
Yeah. And Brandon, to answer your question about what you asked me on Facebook, if Ken is open to an interview, me and Jeryn are trying to get him on our show, but he has not responded to us. So, I mean, you could probably call the number and talk to him about it. But the best advice for me to give you is if you don't hear from him right away, give him some time. Because he's probably real busy with it. But you could try to call him or Facebook him and see what you get.
Yeah. Oh, I just read from the comment section on Instagram from Colton. He says the Mick Foley comedy show is at the Mall of America. So I'm assuming everyone knows where that is. But yeah, it's at Mall of America. So and you can find the information on the House of Comedy site too. So yeah.
Thanks, Colton, for that information. Every little bit helps.
Yeah, there's so many shows I can't keep up with the exact information about it. I just know that pretty much dates and companies. So yeah.
So before we start our contest here, next Wednesday night at 8:00 we got Cody O'Neill coming back for a part 2 interview. The first interview kind of went haywire. We had some technical issues. I think March 16th we got Rampage Santana, and I think and I think after that we're open to some bookings. I know Garrison Creed wants to come on. You said Dave wants to come on, and I think I'm going to try to reach out to Aaron and see if he would like to come on next Friday as well. Wow. So how are you going to do the contest tonight?
Actually, first we got a one more comment from Brandon. He says, "What is the latest figure you are working on?" And currently, I'm wrapping up on a custom Rekka Tahaka, so that'll be my second ever women's wrestling figure. And then I'm also working on a independent pro wrestler who contacted me on Instagram. I'm not sure if it's his wrestling character name, but his name's Anthony Anderson. He's a kind of a lucha wrestler, so he contacted me and making a figure of him. So yeah, and you can also find updates on the figures on the letters MN Custom Indie Wrestling Figures. It's a Facebook group, so if you want to keep up with that. And then also I I post the old figure matches and occasionally do some new matches on MN Custom Indie Wrestling Figure Matches. It's another Facebook group. So yeah. All right. Yeah, but we can go to the contest now. Let me. So you said we're gonna give away all the posters, but we're gonna do the name picker first and see who lands.
Yeah. So what we'll do first is before we start the contest, Brandon, we're still working on trying to get PD Brown back on the show, and we would like for your son to be a special guest on the show with us to interview PD if we can get that taken care of. I know me and you talked about that before, but your son is more than welcome to come and do an interview with PD with us when we have PD on again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I think we're giving away 3 Travis Sharp pictures tonight.
4. Yeah. I
4.
mean, one of them.
Well, remember we're gonna keep 1 for the bundle.
Oh yeah.
So
That's
so
right.
yeah, it's actually 3 we're giving away.
Yeah, 3 Travis Sharp photos, 8x10 photographs right here. Let me flip the camera on this. Yeah, Travis Sharp, 8x10, current Steel Domain Wrestling ring announcer. So that's an 8x10 signed by him himself. So, and he was on the show on Wednesdays. So
Wednesday.
yeah. All right, I'll put
That was
that.
the night where we all had trouble with our connections.
Yeah, if you guys were confused, like what happened at the end, he completely glitched out, and then you're just like, well,
He fell
I don't know.
asleep.
He fell asleep. Yeah. All right, I'll put that there. So, yeah, are we ready to do the contest then?
Yep. How many people are on Instagram watching this right now?
Currently we have 1. We've had 3 people pop, or 3 or 4 people pop in. I've added them to the name picker too. So,
All right. So yes, Brandon. We just love the internet this day and age.
the internet is wonderful. I believe we got I added some names from that too. So let me add a few more that just came on. Where is it? M-E Sarp is. I believe there's like 20 people that I got on the list, and then the ones that you told me. So I think.
Yeah. Well, and if those people that didn't make the show tonight, if they win, we'll get a hold of you for contact information.
Yeah.
So we got 3 Travis Sharp. I almost called him Travis Brown.
Travis Brown. Mm-hmm. Travis Brown. I'm gonna share this the time picker so we can get that up.
All right.
Yeah, so I believe I'm not sure exactly, about 20 names or so. I'll show you. Oh, I guess yeah. Who do we? All right, so our first winner is Sean Christopher Knapp. I'm gonna turn that audio down, but
Sean Christopher.
He is a winner of 1 Travis Sharp autograph. So, and then
Congratulations, Sean.
how do I turn the audio down? I want to turn the audio down on the time picker, but be able to hear you. I don't know. I don't know if there's a button, but I guess we'll spin it though. All right, we'll spin it for the second winner of the Travis Sharp autograph picture. All right, John Castro. So, and then our third winner is and we got Colton. So, yeah.
Congratulations to our winner tonight. To our winners.
Yeah, I can definitely get in contact with them. So we got Sean Christopher, Colton, and John Castro. So
Yep.
I'll put those names down. Oh shoot, no, that no. I was gonna type it down, and like my screen's still sharing. All right.
Yeah. All right. This was a good show. So if you want to get a hold of Bullet Bronson for next Friday night, and I'll try to get a hold of Aaron and see if he wants to come on. Brandon says the drawing was rigged. Come on, Brandon. You won a T-shirt before. You won a Petey Brown action figure. What more do you want?
Yeah. I think we only really had him as a viewer that time too, but then since we had it, it makes it easier or makes it harder for him to win, but more opportunity for other people. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, all right, we're gonna sign off, and I'll get a hold of Aaron and see if he wants to definitely come on next Friday night. Maybe we can do him first and then Bronson after him.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. All right. We'll talk with you later.
All right. See you guys.
All right. Yeah.